Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest fantastic and shocking new episode of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, which dropped its newest episode today on Amazon Prime. I just got done watching it. Holy shit, is that what I think it is? I don't know, but I am excited about it. So, before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review, like most of my episode reviews on here. If you haven't seen the latest episode of The Rings of Power, and you plan to, do not keep watching or listening to this review, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. Overall, fantastic episode. This was The Lord of the Rings. Now, the show to me has always felt like Lord of the Rings from its very beginning, from the first episode. However, the level of action and the battle sequences, how they looked, how they were choreographed, how they were carried out, the sword fighting, the shooting of the arrows, that was extremely Lord of the Rings to me. And it wasn't just done in some fantasy style setting. It was done via Lord of the Rings style. So it had Lord of the Rings style all over the place in this episode. It was exciting, action-packed, a little heartbreaking. I did not like seeing the old man die as a result of being shot in the back with arrows. I'm glad the girl survived, though, the shoulder shot that she endured. And I'm also glad that she was the first one to realize that this guy was their one promised king that they've been hearing about for so long. And everything was going so well until that traitorous prick of an old man took the sword that Adar must have slipped him right before he took off on horseback, and had an axe handle disguised as the sword handle instead. And the bastard placed it into a rock or something, which activated or opened the doors for this dam to open, flush the water. And at first I thought, is this like a suicide mission, or are the orcs going to drown themselves in addition to wiping out the humans who just defeated them as a final fuck you almost? Well, you may have defeated us, but we're going to flood your homes. If we can't have it, you can't either. And at first, that's how it looked for a minute. But then I'm like, no, water isn't gushing towards the village. It's going through the tunnels that the orcs had their slaves dig in. Okay, what's going on here? And then I see the water going towards a mountain. And I'm like, no, don't tell me. And obviously, they didn't outright say that was it or not. But I think it was heavily implied. We just witnessed the birth of Mount Doom and the creation of Mordor. It's entirely possible that when Mount Doom went active, it turned the whole land to ash, and it became an area uninhabitable for men, but just habitable enough for orcs. And it is entirely possible that those guys, despite Adar saying that he doesn't serve Sauron or follow him, inadvertently or perhaps intentionally created the birthplace of the ring. So I think that's what happened. Now it could turn out to be something completely different, something that isn't Mount Doom or the creation of Mordor. That's just my theory, and I haven't read any theories online yet because I didn't watch this episode until now, and obviously I'm not going to go reading spoilers about an episode I haven't watched yet. So, I don't know, but it sure seemed that way to me, that we just witnessed the birth of Mount Doom and the creation of Mordor at the cost of these people's home, which is too bad because they just fought so hard to win it back from the orcs, and then they lose it all due to a volcanic eruption. Terrible. But Oh, despite that, this episode was so good. We had storylines and characters finally collide. Characters finally met one another. Storylines are colliding. Our characters are coming together. And now they were all there. Well, almost all of them. Elrond, Durin, the dwarves and the elves with that storyline, that's still going on. And then the hobbits and the stranger from the sky still have their thing going on. So not every single character was in this episode, and that's okay because not every character was needed, but it sure did feel like a damn good ensemble episode, and it was damn satisfying and exciting and very thrilling, very engaging to watch. You know, I love the trick tactics that both the humans and the orcs used on one another during the battle to take over the village and whatnot. I love the triumphant charge in of the Numenor soldiers with Galadriel at the head. That was awesome. This whole episode was just purely fantastic. I'm going to have to rewatch it again because I enjoyed it so much. And that ending sent chills all over my body. Like, oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, such a great episode, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. And the thing that sucks is that, guys, we only have 2 episodes left this season. The 7th and 8th episode are the final 2 episodes left this season before the season is over. And then we're going to have to wait God knows how long for the 2nd season, which thankfully is already in production. But man, what an episode this was. I absolutely enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. So, what did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, and comments about it down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and weekend if I don't see you. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, drops new episodes every Friday on Amazon Prime. We only have 2 left, guys. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.